How are we doing, everybody, and welcome back to the Catalyst, where we break down and highlight bullish news, sentiment, trends, and technical analysis in the markets. Today, quick update about Bitcoin. Before we jump into the charts here, let's just have a look at the Bitcoin dominance. We actually have a golden cross happening on the daily for Bitcoin dominance. So that's obviously great news in terms of Bitcoin. What's going to happen there, and the reason why I'm not concerned about the red day today. First off, a red day is kind of healthy into this little pullback here, but additionally, this is a sign that money is flowing out of the altcoins and into Bitcoin as the predominant leader of the market here. So people are gearing up, and the market is gearing up for this to begin to kind of skyrocket a bit and hopefully go parabolic over the next few months here. You can see back last year, or at the beginning of the year rather, in January, we were at about 70 or so in the Bitcoin dominance. Right now, we're sitting at 45. So a little more than half of what we were at last year. Additionally, good point to note as well, fear greed index, another good indicator for Bitcoin, as well as just stocks and stuff in general. But you know, the classic saying, when everyone's greedy, be fearful, and when everyone's fearful, be greedy. Right now we are in a phase of extreme greed. This will be common throughout the tail end of the bull market, so just keep that in mind, but also just be cautious. So this is an indicator. It's okay to be cautious right now. You know, just be aware of that as an indicator, and just know that a lot of people, you know, we're starting to get into that hype momentum, hopefully, where Bitcoin is going to get driven up by media and everyone else FOMOing into Bitcoin. All right, so let's check out this chart I have been working with here lately with Bitcoin. So first thing to note, we're at the top of our RSI here. So again, we can actually extend past that. You saw that we did it in the past back here. So it's not impossible for us to kind of extend to that. That was February, so that was when we were nearing our peak. We're actually at about the same price point during February, so it's okay for us to extend past that. Additionally, we have this ascending wedge. So we previously broke out of this descending wedge, this smaller one, and now we've kind of created this larger scale one that's a little better for gaining some perspective here. This wedge has been very powerful, as well as some of these key levels at 40, 43-ish, 46-ish. You see that after we kind of fell into this wedge, we quickly tested the top of it, and that was actually at resistance at this yellow line. Then we came down and found support here at the orange, which is the 43, and then we went back up to test resistance at the top of this channel, and then back down to test support now at the yellow. So we've been kind of doing this little zigzag and kind of laddering up off of these support levels. Then we hit it at the top again. That's when we started forming this descending wedge, which is when we actually skipped the yellow and the red and the orange rather, and we found support right at the 40K mark, which is the red line. If this type of trend continues, or something close to this, obviously we bounced off of that like insanely well. This had huge support for us. We should be able to see ourselves probably hit the 60K mark or something close to that before we see some retracement back, and I think there's potential for us to retrace back to 52. There's a couple moments back here where we see, you know, some potential support or resistance kind of stacking up. There's a bunch of stuff making some contact there, and it's also the top of this wedge where we had some really high resistance as well, and that's where we tanked a little bit. Had a pretty red day there. So yeah, pretty cool. I think this is a really strong and kind of powerful chart for us with Bitcoin. Just keep in mind we're at the top of our RSI, so it's okay for us to kind of pull back a bit, you know, or even kind of flatten out a little bit. Hopefully we accumulate in this range a bit, so we have a healthy push up past the previous all-time high at about 65,000. So just a quick update on Bitcoin for you guys today. Don't panic. This is actually great news that altcoins are dipping quite a bit, because that means that money should be flowing into Bitcoin as Bitcoin's dominance continues to rise. Once it starts to, you know, hit its max, you know, at maybe 60 or 70, that's when the sell-offs might happen. That's probably the peak of the market. So hopefully at the 100K mark or higher. And that's when the altcoins should start to take off, because the dominance will drop and all that money should flow into the altcoins. So that is all for you guys today. Just a quick little chart. I think this one's playing out quite nicely. Again, look for some resistance at the 60K mark and look for some support around 52, 53, unless we just completely blow off the top of this and just, invalidate some of those opinions there. But this is kind of how I see it playing out. We're finding a lot of nice support and resistance in this channel, and it's obviously a bullish one, which is great for us. So it'd be nice to continue that. And again, just look for your support levels there, lay out your fib, and remember to do your own research. And I am not a financial advisor. This is just some patterns and stuff I'm noticing for Bitcoin today. So otherwise, we will catch you guys next time, and thank you for watching. Peace.